Chapter 2 of The Prince is called Hereditary Principalities. In this chapter, Machiavelli discusses principalities that have long been under the rule of the family of a prince. In such a situation, the job of ruling is easier for the prince. By maintaining the status quo and adjusting when the situation demands it, the prince satisfies the people. Machiavelli explains specifically, "I say at once, there are fewer difficulties in holding hereditary states, and those long accustomed to the family of their prince, than newer ones. For it is sufficient only not to transgress the customs of his ancestors, and to deal prudently with circumstances as they arise, for a prince of average powers to maintain himself in his state, unless he be deprived of it by some extraordinary and excessive force. And if he should be so deprived of it, whenever anything sinister happens to the usurper, he will regain it. Even if the prince is deposed, he will have a good chance to retake his domain as long as he lives there. When a new prince begins to have difficulties keeping his people satisfied, they will want the old prince back. At the very least, the people will not hinder the old prince if he tries to retake his domain. They may even agitate for his return. Machiavelli says, for the hereditary prince has less cause and less necessity to offend. Hence, it happens that he will be more loved, and unless extraordinary vices cause him to be hated, it is reasonable to expect that his subjects will be naturally well disposed toward him. And in the antiquity and duration of his rule, the memories and motives that make for change are lost, and one change always leaves the two thing for another." Machiavelli states for the first time his most important piece of advice, that the prince should avoid being hated by those he rules. Seems like pretty good advice. This is why the job of ruling is easier for the prince whose family has ruled a domain for many years. There is a familiarity and affection for the prince's family and their way of doing things that makes the people less prone to hate the prince. This assumes that the prince's ancestors have ruled as Machiavelli recommends. If the family has long been hated, the new prince's job will not be easier.